Hey guys, welcome back to another video. This is the 2020 AMG CLS 53 Coupe, and in this video I'll show you guys all the performance, comfort and safety as well as optional equipment on this CLS 53 Coupe. So here we have the CLS 53 Coupe. It's a gorgeous CLS 53, has the AMG Night Package, which means you have a bunch of high gloss elements at the front. You have the front louvers on the air intakes, and you have one large air intake right here in the center. AMG active dystonic distance goes right here. It comes with this AMG badge right here, and from the exterior you can see that it has these massive power domes on the hood of the car. Gives it a very masculine look. So again, appreciate the very front of this car on the AMG Night Package, high gloss elements, aerodynamic features on the car. If you look down here, it's a true AMG because you have that gap in the front bumper which allows for maximum airflow into the car, and then you have this horizontal line on the center grille here. And this one has the multi-beam LED lights. Let me show you how those look. So these are the multi-LED lights. Take a look at the LEDs. So taking a look at the side profile, you can see that you have the 5-spoke AMG rims, which are black, and you have some silver brake calipers. The front brakes are perforated. So the size on these tires is 245/35 R20. You can see it's the turbo 4MATIC Plus. The other thing is that you have the black side mirror housings. You do have some chrome door handles, and you have a small impression here to lock the car. So if you want to open the car, you just slip your hand in here and the car opens. Now, a lot of you guys are watching my videos. Please consider subscribing. There is no reason why you should not subscribe to see weekly Mercedes videos. So go right ahead, hit subscribe. I will really appreciate it. So thank you. Let's proceed with the car review. So the car is on right now, and let's talk about the exterior from the back. You have these very gorgeous LED lights which wrap around the car on either side of the body. You do have CLS 53 right here, and you have AMG lettering right here. To open up your trunk, you press that button and the trunk is open right now. So this car does come with electronic trunk close, which is this button up here. So if you press that, the trunk closes. On the rear of the car you have the rear spoiler, which is attached to the trunk. So that's how it looks. So looking at the rear, you have the AMG Night Package, which offers you the rear diffuser and dual exhaust tailpipes. So you have two over here and the other two on the other side. You do have some red reflectors on the bumper itself, bunch of sensors on the rear, and as I mentioned, this is a CLS 53 AMG. You have AMG lettering right here as well as CLS back here. So let me move out here so you can really see the The features on the side of this car, it does have some massive shoulders, so it gives it a more masculine look, as you can take a look. Again, this got the black on black interior exterior, gorgeous rims. These are the 5 multi-spoke rims, black in color. These are AMG rims. Now, before we jump into the interior, let's go ahead and take a look at the engine. So you can see the very masculine and aggressive look. Power domes. So you have these power domes on the hood of the car. Let's go ahead and take a look at the engine. So that's the 429 horsepower engine on this CLS 53. So let me go right ahead and start the car and tell me what you think about the sound coming from the exhaust of this CLS 53 AMG. Let's go. You can see you have range, consumption. So you have eco display, reserve fuel, so you can see how hard you're driving the car. You do have how much fuel consumption on how much distance you've traveled since the start of the car, and then from reset from the time you went for service. And that's the trip menu. So if you go to navigation, so you can take a look at your distance, or rather at your direction of travel. And then you can also change this dial on the right hand side, so you can literally start to drive, and it actually has the overlay for your G-forces. You can see here you have your performance metrics. That's for your race and track pace package. So if you go into that, so you have your tire pressure options as well showing up here. So it has a lot of different options for configuring your display. I think this is one of the best infotainment systems of any high-end cars in the market. Ease of use is very good to use. Not a lot of clutter. The menu options are very easy to follow as well. Now on the right hand side, this control pad here lets you control all your options on the right hand side. So let's go right ahead and check out the interior of the CLS 53 AMG. So right off the bat, this is a natural ash grain wood insert. Again, very premium quality leather. You have driver as well as passenger memory seating. So you do have heated and cooled seats as well as ventilated seats. These are frameless doors, so you do have some frameless doors on this car. Okay, so let's close the windows. I'm gonna close that. In the back seats, the design flows through the back as well. You have the natural ash grain wood Burmester speaker system. Very good looking door locks. You do have aluminum pieces on the door itself. So that's the design. So pretty large seats here. Can seat 3 adults very comfortably in the back, although the center is more like for more 2 adults, but you can see 3 people here. It's not hard material, it's actually very soft here. You do have car seat harnesses in the back seats, so there are actually 2 of them, this one here and on the other side. You do have black seat belts. Take a look at the headrests. So again, in the center you do have dual air vents right there in the middle, so your passengers in the back or your family will get some good amount of airflow in the back seats. So on the side of the car you have on this side sill you have the AMG illumination on the door here. So let's talk about the seats. These are leather seats on the seat. So take a look at the seats. So these are very good quality seats on the car. So you can take a look at the other side, the passenger side. You do have circular air vents, and you have an airbag at the very top here. Take a look at the natural ash grain wood. And then you also have passenger memory seating, Burmester speaker system in this car. Again, the doors are leather wrapped as well. So the leather flows all the way on the upper dash. So take a look at that. This is red stitching, very, very exclusive red stitching and leather. So you do have another circular air vent on this other side, and you have 4 main air vents in the center of the car, and that's your 12.3-inch digital display. You have your another digital display on this other side for your instrument clusters. So I love the AMG design here. So on the steering wheel itself, you have a bunch of controls on the left as well as the right hand side, which pretty much lets you control everything on the left hand side of this display. So you can assist. Move left. So let's start from here. You have service, then you go to driver assist. So down here on this car you have a center touchpad, which lets you control all your menu options at the front, and you can use your finger to navigate, and it does offer you that haptic feedback that you get from your cell phone. So you have your home button here as well as forward and all the other options here, and then over here you have dynamic select. You do have your suspension here, traction off, exterior camera features, as well as the on and off for the exhausts. So that's the center console here. The natural ash grain wood flows throughout, and you do have 2 cup holders, and you do have NFC charging as well as some USB ports down here. In the center you have additional 2 USB ports. So you have these 2 USB ports down here as well as SD card slot. So that's really the interior on this car. I think it's a very good design. You can see the red stitching flows inside the center console, and you do have ambient lighting on this car. It's just that it's during the day, you cannot see that quite well, but there is ambient lighting on the car. So that's the view from the passenger side. So on the center console, you have this iconic AMG clock in the center, navigation, radio, media, telephone, and hazard, as also this menu button. If you press that, then your menu options do change. So let's go ahead and browse through the options. So the very left hand side, you have your service option. You go into drive assist. This car has the drive assist package, which I'll list in the descriptions. You do have an AMG performance option. Let's go into that, which offers you different options. Now, if you notice, there were 3 buttons or 3 indicators on the left hand side. Actually, there are more like 4. So those allow you to browse through the different options for your performance AMG screens here. So you can actually take a look at your exhausts and your traction and suspension and all your engine options here. And you can take a look at your G-forces when you drive the car and how those change up. So here we have your trip, shows you the range. So starting from the very top, you have your basic distance, and then start going down, you have, so you can see you have range, consumption. So you have eco display, reserve fuel, so you can see how hard you're driving the car or how not hard you're driving the car. You do have how much fuel consumption on how much distance you've traveled since the start of the car, and then from reset from the time you went for service. And that's the trip menu. So if you go to navigation, so you can take a look at your distance, or rather at your direction of travel. And then you can also change this dial on the right hand side. So you can literally start to drive, and it actually has the overlay for your G-forces. You can see here you have your performance metrics. That's for your race and track pace package. So if you go into that, so you have your tire pressure options as well showing up here. So it has a lot of different options for configuring your display. I think this is one of the best infotainment systems of any high-end cars in the market. Ease of use is very good to use, not a lot of clutter. The menu options are very easy to follow as well. Now on the right hand side, so this control pad here lets you control all your options on the right hand side. So you have your system, you have your vehicle, connect, phone, media, radio, navigation. So you can press enter, go into navigation. So you do have 3D navigation on this car. So you can see my location right there. If you go back, you have radio, media, phone, Mercedes, connect. You can go into your system settings, lets you change the displays on this car. You go into designs. You have 3 types of designs. You have sport, and once you click on sport, everything changes in the car. So you have very vibrant yellows for sport. Now if you go to classic, all your options change as well. So that is classic. And then if you go into progressive, you now have this central eye in the center of your display here. Now let's use this progressive and take a look at how it looks. So going back to this, to the right hand side, you have your display and design options, you know, brightness, day night design, additional area. If you go back, you have input, and then you have audio, connectivity, Bluetooth devices. Okay, go back, and then system. Very, very good menu options inside the system. You have your seats, your driver's seat, your passenger seat, your seat heating balance. You have your dynamic select options here. You can look at your individual configuration, and then your engine data. If you go into that, you have this very cool display here. So if I step on the gas, you can see those, your torque changes, as well as your horsepower, how your car is performing. So very intuitive, very good displays here. You can look at your engine temperature as well as your oil temperature on the right hand side. So take a look. Go back to vehicle data. So pretty much how your car is again performing. You can look at your suspension and your how hard you're driving your car, gas pedal, things like that. So go back here, dynamic data. So you can see your G-forces as well as your 3 options for your car. So take a look at that. So let me go back. Let's go to engine data. So what do you guys think about the infotainment inside here and all the different options? I think it's pretty cool. So again, those are the options inside the car. If you take a look, this is the flat bottom steering wheel by Mercedes-Benz AMG. This is leather wrapped. It feels very good to the handle. You have your paddle shifters behind the steering wheel. You have your downshift on the left, your upshift on the right. These knobs are actually very good quality knobs, as you would expect from Mercedes-Benz. And then take a look at up here. You have your emergency options and your lighting options for the car. So you do have some reading lights, and so again, your sunroof. So that's your sunroof. That lets you take a look at the climate control view. So yeah, so that's pretty much the interior of this CLS 53. So let me know what you guys think.